countries that will defend Niger in case ECOWAS and France invades. On July 26, 2023, the Presidential Guard of Niger overthrew President Mohamed Bazoum. Shortly after declaring the coup a success, Presidential Guard Commander General Abdourahamane Tchiani assumed control of a new military junta. France and the U.S. may be preparing for war, and there may be turmoil in Africa. They are considering attacking Niger with the aid of Nigeria and other West African nations, particularly ECOWAS member states. The reason is because Mohamed Bazoum, the president of Niger, was ousted in a coup, and France considers the military government illegitimate. France actually warned Niger that it would retaliate if its interest in the region is threatened, especially as protesters threaten to attack the French embassy in Niamey. The military leaders of Niger claims that France has gathered personnel and supplies in a number of West African nations in preparation for a military intervention against Niamey. Niger's mineral powers 1/3 of all homes in France. This mineral is uranium. France desperately needs Niger's uranium, which without it, its people will suffer, especially during cold winters. The assembling of French troops in ECOWAS nations is a threat to Niger, who is doing everything possible to protect its mineral resources from France and the West. That is why they sought out for help from some of their allies and, shockingly, countries that no one expected they would join. Niger decided to defend them if they are attacked. Below are the countries that will defend Niger in case of military intervention from ECOWAS and the West. 1. Mali and Burkina Faso. The stakes in a standoff with other West African nations that are threatening to reinstate Niger's democratically elected president have increased after the junta authorized troops from its neighbors, Mali and Burkina Faso, to come to its defense and requested the French ambassador to leave the nation. The military governments of Burkina Faso and Mali have warned that any military intervention against coup leaders in Niger would be considered a declaration of war against their nations. Mali and Burkina Faso issued the warning in joint statements read out on their national broadcasters days after West African leaders threatened to use force to reinstate Niger's deposed President Mohamed Bazoum. 2. Guinea. In addition to Burkina Faso and Mali, Guinea's President Mamadi Doumbouya, whose government was also the consequence of a coup, has also expressed disagreement with the sanctions recommended by ECOWAS, including military intervention. According to Doumbouya's office, the penalties are options that would not be a solution to the current problem, but would lead to a humanitarian disaster whose consequences could extend beyond the borders of Niger. Doumbouya's office also said it had decided not to apply these sanctions, which it considers illegitimate and inhumane, and urged ECOWAS to reconsider its position. 3. Russia. One of the emblems of the Nigerian military coup has become the Russian flags flying on the streets of the nation's capital, Niamey. "Down with France, long live Putin" inscriptions on posters have also been seen in media images. Russia, through its foreign minister, Mr. Lavrov, the Russian Federation, has denounced the coup in Niger and demanded the return of constitutional order. Additionally, it agreed with the UN Security Council's position on the matter. As the time set by the ECOWAS to free the nation's deposed president approached, the leader of the coup in Niger has recently requested assistance from the Wagner Group. With Russian support for their military intervention, ECOWAS plans might just be abandoned. Mercenaries from the Russian Wagner Group have been present in Mali since 2019, and French soldiers who were battling terrorists there left the nation at the moment they arrived. There are rumors the Wagner Group is considering the request to defend Niger. This will also be an advantage to Russia, as this comes at a time when the West and the East are fighting for control over Africa. 4. Algeria. Algeria is categorically against any military intervention in Niger, said President Abdelmadjid Tebboune. According to Algeria's president, a military intervention could ignite the whole Sahel region, and Algeria will not use force with its neighbors. Although Algeria did not support the overthrow of Niger's president, it believes it can accomplish some kind of stabilization of Niger without a violent intervention backed by France and the United States in order to restore Bazoum. Algeria could also enhance further full support to the new military leaders in Mali, Burkina Faso, and now in Niger, in a bid to work against France's national security interests. All these countries are standing with Niger's military leaders to protect Niger and Africa from the former colonial masters that are doing everything possible to keep Africa poor. Do you think ECOWAS and France can win a war against Guinea, Mali, Burkina Faso, Algeria, and Niger? Drop your comments on our comment section, like, subscribe, and click on the notification button to stay updated with us.